to Slow American English, the podcast for learners of American English. I'm your host, Karen Tolliver. This is episode number 56, NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Before we begin, I have 3 announcements. 1. Recently, I asked website subscribers to answer some questions about themselves and about how they use the podcast. These answers are helping me make the podcast stronger. To read some results of the survey so far, visit www.patreon.com/slowamericanenglish. To answer the questions yourself, visit www.slowamericanenglish.net and click the link to the survey questions. Every answer is valuable. 2. You could be learning more English faster as a patron of the podcast. Choose from 4 levels of patrons, each with valuable monthly rewards. I recommend level 2 as the best level for the money. For $10 USD per month, you get all level 1 rewards, including exercises, live discussions of each podcast episode, a free Slow American English workbook, and a chance to win private English lessons with me. A full exercise worksheet with vocabulary, multiple choice, and discussion exercises, plus answer gaps, a line-numbered transcript, any bonus material, and answer keys. Each exercise worksheet is a ready-made lesson for students or teachers. An MP3 file of the natural speed recording of that month's podcast episode that you can download or listen to via an exclusive RSS feed. So please visit patreon.com/slowamericanenglish and become a patron today. Teachers, these ready-made lessons will save you time and benefit your students. Students, these rewards will help you improve your English faster. All patron contributions help me continue to bring this podcast to you. 3. As mentioned above, as part of the English learners level and included in all higher levels, I host a live discussion via Skype every month to discuss the podcast topic. It is a very good way to practice your English in a real-world conversation. This month's discussion date, Tuesday, 20th August 2019 at 9 a.m. U.S. Mountain Time, GMT-6. Patrons, you must notify me via email, info@slowamericanenglish.net, by Monday, 19th August 2019 at 5 p.m. U.S. Mountain Time, GMT-6, to let me know you will attend the live discussion. If you cannot attend because of your time zone, I will schedule an additional session if there are enough participants. If you would like to participate in the live discussions, please become a patron at patreon.com/slowamericanenglish. Now for the podcast. What is the weather like where you live? What is the climate like? Does your country lie on an ocean? How does your country record and measure the weather, climate, and oceans? For the USA, all these things and more are studied by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Most people just call it NOAA. It is one of the most purely scientific organizations in the U.S. government. NOAA is part of the U.S. Department of Commerce. There is a large administrative staff to share and coordinate information and perform other duties. Besides the staff of leaders, NOAA has 6 divisions or line offices. Each line office specializes in a specific area of study. Here is a list of line offices and what they do. National Environmental Satellite Data and Information Service, or NESDIS, studies global environmental conditions and changes. They operate satellites that study Earth and space. They work with other environmental organizations all over the world. Their information is used for weather and climate forecasting. They make this information available to scientists worldwide. National Marine Fisheries Service, or NMFS, takes care of ocean resources. They make sure we have sustainable fisheries and healthy seafood. They are in charge of protecting natural ocean ecosystems and important species such as whales, sea turtles, coral, and salmon. National Ocean Service, or NOS, supports coastal economies on the Atlantic, Pacific, and Great Lakes. They help ship transportation by providing navigation charts and water level information. They help predict and prepare coastal communities for big events like hurricanes, flooding, and oil spills. They also study and help preserve coastal areas for nature, recreation, and tourism. National Weather Service, or NWS, studies and analyzes climate, water, and weather data. The result is more accurate weather forecasts and better protection of people, property, and the economy. Office of Marine and Aviation Operations, or OMAO, studies conditions and changes in the atmosphere and oceans. They operate a fleet of research and survey ships that gather data about deep oceans and shallow bays. Their airplanes fly all over the world to give us information about storms, to map coastlines, and to do other research. Office of Oceanic and Atmospheric Research, or OAR, is also called NOAA Research. This line office works with other parts of NOAA to produce better forecasts, earlier warnings for storms and natural disasters, and deeper knowledge of the entire Earth. With their objective data about our world, we are able to manage our environment better. The U.S. government had scientific research agencies long before NOAA was founded. In 1807, the U.S. Coast and Geodetic Survey was formed to create nautical charts for ports. In 1870, the Weather Bureau was founded. 1 year later, the Commission of Fish and Fisheries came along. These organizations and other departments were combined into NOAA in 1970. Today, it's one of the largest scientific research organizations in the world, and it works with many other groups worldwide to benefit people all over the world. That's the podcast for this time. Slow American English is written and produced by Karen Tolliver. Copyright 2019. All rights reserved. Subscribe to the podcast episode recordings wherever you get your podcasts. For a free transcript and to subscribe to the podcast website, visit www.slowamericanenglish.net. There you can find links to follow me on social media and to buy Slow American English workbooks on Amazon. Theme music for this podcast is written and performed by S.W. Campbell and used by permission. Find more music by this artist at www.soundclick.com /SWCAMPBELL. This has been Slow American English. I'm Karen Tolliver. Thank you for listening.